Welcome to Know Your DNA's podcast, where we journey into the intricate landscape of DNA, health, and the innovations of at-home care. Every episode promises new discoveries, insights, and the science that impacts our daily lives. I'm Alex, and I'm thrilled to guide you through today's exploration. Let's get started. Welcome back to another episode of Know Your DNA's podcast. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of DNA testing and its ability to connect us with our long-lost relatives. We're joined by Jordan, an expert in the field of genetic genealogy. Jordan, could you kick us off with a little background on how DNA testing helps people find their family members?
Absolutely, Alex. DNA tests are quite powerful tools when it comes to searching for family members. By analyzing specific types of DNA, these tests can identify genetic links between people and predict their possible familial connections.
That's intriguing. So, can you tell us more about these specific types of DNA tests and how they differ from one another?
Sure, there are three main types of tests: autosomal DNA testing, Y-DNA testing, and mtDNA testing. Each type looks at different parts of your DNA and can provide insights into different lines of your ancestry.
Got it. So, if you're a listener wanting to track down some family members, which one would you recommend?
If you're looking to cover the broadest ground, autosomal DNA testing is the best bet. It looks at chromosomes you inherit from both parents and can connect you to relatives from both sides of your family.
And what about the other two tests?
Y-DNA testing is great for tracing your paternal line, but it's only useful for biological males since it requires the Y chromosome. On the flip side, mtDNA testing can trace maternal lineages for both males and females, since you inherit this DNA type from your mother.
That's really insightful, thanks, Jordan. Now, for those out there who are considering taking a DNA test, what are some of the best options available?
Well, 23andMe is a top pick because it covers all three DNA tests and has a vast database of users. AncestryDNA is also a solid choice, especially with their detailed ethnicity estimates and large user base.
I guess having access to a big database is pretty important then?
Exactly. The bigger the database, the greater your chances of finding more relatives.
So beyond the excitement of finding unknown relatives, are there any other benefits to tracking down family through DNA testing?
You bet there are. Filling out your family tree is one, but it doesn't end there. You could find siblings you've never met or learn about your biological family if you're adopted. Moreover, it helps to know more about your health risks, since those can be hereditary.
Speaking of accuracy, which seems really important here, how precise are these DNA tests for Ancestry?
The accuracy can vary, and it's often dependent on the test and the company's database. Your chance of finding more immediate family members like parents or siblings is pretty high, but it decreases the more distant the relationship.
If our listeners are ready to take the plunge into DNA testing, do you have any tips for them?
Of course, choose a testing service with a large database to increase your chances of finding matches. And always be respectful of people's privacy. Not everyone wants to be found or even knows about your existence, particularly in the cases of adoptions.
Great advice, Jordan. And for those ready to explore their genetic heritage, it sounds like there's no better time than now to get started. Thank you for all the insights today.
My pleasure, Alex. Happy to help our listeners navigate the exciting journey of DNA testing and family discovery.
And that wraps up today's edition of Know Your DNA's podcast. Tune in next time for more engaging conversations on genetics and health. Take care, everyone, and keep exploring your DNA. As we conclude another enlightening episode of Know Your DNA's podcast, I hope you're leaving with a renewed sense of wonder about the world within us. From the strands of our DNA to the choices we make for our health at home, it's all a journey of understanding. I'm Alex, thanking you for being with us today. Stay informed, stay inspired, and we'll connect again soon.